Hello and welcome to another episode of Sunrise Gardens. This time I'm over on the side of the yard where I have a little mini compost pile going over here. I decided I was going to take a couple of my pumpkin seedlings I've been growing in the indoors and transplant them into this area over here. There's no fencing, so I'm kind of hoping that between the motion detection light here, LED solar powered light that comes on at night, keeps flashing, and these humidity domes protecting them. I dug them into the dirt a little bit and screwed them in, so we'll see if a squirrel or anything is brave enough to try to knock those over. If so, I'll come up with something else. But hopefully we can make a pumpkin patch out of this area. That's my plan. Let's see what we got underneath these mats here. Anything interesting? Looks like we got a war going here. Lots of ants eating those petals of those flowers. Well, looks like we filled up a rain barrel during the storm. It was a pretty good storm. It's always good to see. Mosey on over here to get an update on the peas. They're slowly climbing up their little trellises here, gradual trellises on an as needed basis. Getting there. I think that one's going to start producing next. And got a few pots just sitting on top here for fun, trying to dry them out. But yeah, see what we got here. Lettuce growing. Kale's loving it. We got an update on the beans. They're climbing up. So that's exciting. Where's it going? It's making its way up in there. Pretty cool. Hopefully we get some greenhouse veggies. Here's those plants we transplanted the other day, those peppers. Doing pretty good so far. I think I might top them when they get taller. It's Brussels sprouts. Because these peppers here, I didn't top them and they're just getting all spindly. I wish I would have topped them now, because the two that I topped down here on the corner, well, I topped this one yesterday, so she hasn't started yet, but this lady here is already growing her branches out after being topped. So that's the way I like to see a nice squat pepper plant that can support its own weight. Okay. Some cucumbers, some backups hopefully coming up there. I think you ever seen down in there before is a little garlic patch I got going, some chives, baby garlic, basically just growing these really spicy, yummy chives, and then some green onions here, and then this corn I was experimenting with on the back porch seems to like it outside the sun better than the corn down in the full sun, which is interesting. See, the rain's filled up all of our saucers for the corn. Hopefully feeds these corn plants. Let's go take a look back here at the bean bed just to see how the rain's affected it after all that compost I laid down. It's pretty darn good so far. Beans making climbing efforts here. So that's exciting to see. The cucumbers, after being shaded most of the day, over here still loving life. The one down here got scorched, is recovering now that it's shaded. Let's mosey on over here and check out the scorched squash. Seems happier back here, and his little cucumber buddies growing around him. Hopefully that takes off here. Potatoes are nearly growing out the entire unit. I filled in the extra gap today with the landscape fabric, so I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna get a ton of potatoes in this thing this year. Alright, well, that just about does it for today, so thanks again for joining me for another episode of Sunrise Gardens. See you next time.